Hello everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft. As you can see, I've got a lot of levels. I've also got a lot of gold in the storage system. I've added this, and I mean this thing is working beautifully, and I still haven't done spawn proofing, and it's still pretty good. Down here, I have extended this, so I'm getting some rotten flesh because it doesn't hurt to have a stockpile. Piglin heads, and just loads of gold. Loads of gold. How much gold? Quite a lot. How high up does this go? I'm curious. Okay, it's not that high. And I can't. Okay, but it goes. That's the ingots. The nuggets go at least that high. So I need to fill this in. I still need to fill in more chests and hoppers here. Loads. Definitely overkill, considering all of these chests are set aside for nuggets. But why not? I really need to get the glass in here because I'm just sick of these. It was useful for a while, but I've got loads of slime now. I don't need to be harassed by these guys constantly. So yeah, corridor here, and that will lead directly into this room here, which comes along. All the way along here, as you can see, there's a lava pool over there that I'm going to have to deal with when I want to dig this out further. And then to the corridor that will come off the storage room here. Last season, my villager trading hall had 50 modules, 50, trading slots for the villagers to go in. And I want at least that many again. Preferably a couple more, maybe 60, but definitely at least 50. What I could do is put 2 modules here and then 4 and 4 to make 60. But I think I'll leave this as a blank wall opposite this corridor so that if I want to expand that way I can, rather than closing it off by having modules there. So then that would just be 5 and 5 instead if I go to 60. And then the villager profession giving station thing will be at that end. And the villager breeder will be somewhere over there, but I've remembered the villager breeder needs to be some distance away, so that'll probably be on the top floor, and I'll have a tube down. So yeah, it's basically going to be the same as last season. Now, Logical Geek Boy has done a new version of his villager breeder that is much simpler, has a lot less redstone, doesn't use rails, it just uses villager AI, and then pathfinding along a walkway to a workstation. The problem with that is this thing is 50 blocks long. 25 modules, each module is 1 block and then a space. So this is essentially 50 blocks long. The villagers detecting workstations only works up to 48 blocks. So I either make this shorter or I use the old design with rails. To be honest, with the perfection of how this fits in, which I love, and also how awkward it would be to try and set up multiple modules that have rails leading into them to drop villagers off at different segments of it so that they can go far enough. I mean, I know how I'd do it. If one module's full, it'll turn off the activator rail for that one so that the minecart will continue past to the activator rail for the next drop-off point for the walkway. But I'm just going to do the rails one. It's not that expensive, it's not that complicated. I know it works, and it avoids the distance issue altogether. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to do the same design as I did last season. I just wanted to acknowledge that there is another design that is simpler, that Logical Geek Boy has a video with the tutorial for on his channel, which is worth checking out if you're doing a villager trading hall yourself. But I'm not going to be using that design, I'm going to do the same one as last time. But I'm thinking, what do I want to make this place out of? I'm thinking maybe quartz. Might pick something else, I don't know. Found some diamonds by the way while I was digging this. Always nice to get some diamonds even though I hardly ever spend them. I mean, each room here is going to have a different theme. I'm not going to do this palette for my entire base. I'm probably going to have quartz corridors. probably. So quartz corridors to quartz rooms, not that worried about it. It's going to be a mixture, whatever I do. But I mean, what else could I use? What other blocks do we have? Could do diorite. Could do sandstone. Sandstone could be nice. Sandstone and prismarine, because they go nicely together. I know that from... which season do I know that from? Season 1, crikey. This really is a season of going back to season 1, isn't it? With the interstice from my single player world and something else that I did that was like a callback to season 1, I think. And then if I use the prismarine and sandstone combination that I used for the Prismachine on season 1. But it is quite a nice combination, that. Or I could do birch wood and slabs. The classic mumbo jumbo from his early Let's Play. Because that's still a nice combination. Birch and smooth stone. Maybe, could do that. I don't really want to use nether materials for it. Dark oak I did last season. Now, you know, I think I might go with the birch and the smooth stone slabs. Because that is such a classic look. And it does look nice. It's cheaper. That kind of nullifies the other point I was going to make, which is that I want to do piglin bartering because that gives you quartz. And that would be a good way to get enough quartz to do the build in quartz. But if I'm not going to do it in quartz, that's less of an issue. Okay. Just being over here at the witch farm that Texera built. Getting some redstone and glowstone because I'm going to need redstone, I'm going to need redstone lamps. This is fairly accessible to me. I've rejigged my... Oh, hi. Wow, there's a lot of you. This passageway was here, and I just dug through here, and pulled this passageway back to here for this staircase. So this is my tunnel. That's the old location of the witch farm portal. So this is fairly accessible to me. And I'll probably do something that joins onto it when I do my proper tunnels. Okay, that's the bees topped up. And I'll just show you where I'm at with the excavation. So I done dug a big hole. Comes all the way over here. It just comes to behind this wall here, but this will obviously get filled in, so it'll be fine. And it comes all the way along here, room for 60 villagers, or 60 modules which can contain villagers. And just got the basic central flooring in. So I'm going to get on with building this thing because it's just the same as last season. There's not that much of interest to show you, and I'll be back when I've made some progress. All done. As far as I can tell, all working. And you hear that? No, you don't, because these guys are silenced. So we've got 10 zombies in here, which I think is actually how many I had last time, actually. 5 on each floor. But they're distributed so each one can reach 6 things. So they're spread out, makes it easy for them to reach villagers rather than having to trek along the entire thing. But yeah, it's all set up, 60 trading cells, and I've started setting up over here as well. So I'm thinking, barrel down here with all the workstations, and then a barrel here with golden apples, and a barrel here with tradable materials, probably. This is going to be set up exactly the same way as I did it last world, with the villager holding cell, and they're going to drop down from above, same as before, and I'm probably going to use the same bubble column vertical signal transmission as well to turn the farm off. Turning the farm off is easier this time, with the design that I've got, which I'll just use again, the same one that's over at the iron farm, because all you have to do is close off the access point to the beds, and that stops them from breeding. So I don't need to kill villagers for that one. So I'm thinking on this side, potion brewer for weakness potions. Seems a sensible place to put it. There's space for it, and I also still need to work out what I'm going to do with the villagers that come off there. I'll probably do again a similar system to last time, where they just come along, get ejected, and fall in a hole and die. Of course, I've only got so much room to drop them, but I didn't drop them very far last time either, so it should be fine. So the next step, aside from looking at a potion brewer and finishing off this part, the important bit now is going to be the villager breeder. And I've worked out where I'm going to put it. It needs to be at least 64 blocks away from the trading hall, because 32 blocks to be outside the village and then another 32 to forget the village, or something like that. So I've started excavating here, and this way is towards the place they'll be deposited for the trading hall. So there'll be a tunnel along here somewhere for that. It'll probably be actually behind the wall, but... And then over here is just about the closest point that the villagers and the villager breeder can be. So I've got digging ahead of me, as usual. That's the thing with building underground. There's a lot of digging. There are so many zombies that I can hear. Oh hi, I forgot this goes outside. Just get this guy in. I don't actually need him, but you... Come on. Come on. No. Okay. We'll do it this way. Get in. 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 Stop being obstinate. Why are you being so awkward? Get in there. Right. Didn't have anywhere near that much trouble with the other two. At all. I want to keep this here for the time being, just because it'll be convenient for getting up to the next floor. I will be putting permanent water elevators in at a later date, but this can stay here for now. So I just dug this little tunnel here that goes... Come on, come on, come on. Oh, you're going to be a pain in the ass, aren't you? You're trying to get in there now. So now you're interested. Well, I don't want you in there. I want you over here, so I've got you as a spare. No. If he had a trade, I could pull him along by trying to trade with him. But he doesn't, so... Right, in here. In. 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 Okay. So we have a backup villager just in case. Now obviously I'm going to decorate this place more later, but I just wanted to get this built. There's obviously a cave right behind there somewhere, so that could get annoying. This is aligned with the drop chute for the villager trading hall, villager storage cell thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the the signal from the trading hall cell will not shut off the breeder. It will come up here and redirect a water flow from going straight that way to the drop chute to a holding cell that'll be up here. And then up here, the holding cell will have another pressure plate, and when that's got enough villagers, that will shut off this breeder. And I'll also have a manual override so I can switch the water flow if I want to get villagers in that cell rather than over there as a priority. Because I need to be able to pull villagers out to do my iron farm and crop farms. So I want to be able to have a stockpile of villagers up here as well as supplying the trading hall. So that's the plan. So again, I've got work to do here. I'm going to get on with it. And when I come back, I'll probably have at least the mechanisms in place, if not also this place decorated. And that is all done. And as far as I can tell, working. There are currently 19 villagers in the chamber at the trading hall end. It's set up so once it hits 21 it should stop. So these two guys, might take a while for these to grow up and go over there. We've got a lever here that changes where the water goes, and that also gets triggered by the threshold being met over there. And then when this one fills up, that also has a pressure plate, same system. It turns off the farm, which of course also has a manual override. Words. I did have to do one little change with this. That is a slab down there. It was a full block, but when the wall connects to all 4 blocks around it, the hitbox changes. It loses that big block in the middle, and baby villagers were falling into the corners, and then when they grew up they were suffocating in the walls. So just changing that to a slab so that the central block is there fixes that. As far as I can tell, I haven't actually seen one grow up since I made the change to check, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. So I've got maintenance hatch obviously here. This is to supply minecarts to this because it's exactly the same system as over there, which is in turn the same system as I had last season. You guys hurry up and grow up so I can demonstrate this. That just goes all the way down and then drops into the villager breeder. Into the storage cell for the trading hall. This does actually pass really close under the ground. It's like 2 blocks underground, so technically lightning could strike while a villager's going through there. It's ridiculously unlikely. Over here is fine. There's more layers above this. Guess I'm just waiting. I want to see this actually work. Okay, there goes one. This shouldn't trigger anything. Okay, that looks good. Probably reached the end by now. So now we're just waiting for this one. I didn't even know babies could pick up carrots and potatoes and other stuff. Apparently they do. It is mildly irritating that I get a mixture of the tiger and plains villager skins, but that's because I put a tiger and plains villager in there. I should have put the 2 plains ones in if I wanted consistency. It doesn't matter, it adds variety.
3 hours later.
Can't take much longer now. I've been recording for 16 minutes and it shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes. So even if they'd only just been produced, there we go. Okay, so when this guy gets to the end, which will take a minute obviously, but it should automatically land on the pressure plate, increase the signal strength, lower the piston, switch off the bubble column, that gets observed, pushes out the redstone block, power, there it is! Flawless. And then the system down there is completely identical, so I don't really have any real concerns about that one. Okay, so that's all working. Now, let's go and see the trading hall. So, what we have here is, there's our 21 villagers. This is Ocean Phoenix's potion brewer for weakness potions specifically. I did a design by Ocean Phoenix last season. This is even more compact. This is ludicrously compact. Look at it. Chest, hopper, brewing stand, dropper, hoppers, hoppers. There's a little tiny bit of redstone behind here and a tiny bit under there, and that's it. It is ridiculous how compact this thing is. Look at it. Same system here with the pistons to block it off so that they can't attempt pathing out of the room. I don't know whether they can see these barrels as valid pathing targets because they're off the floor, so that might be a thing and I might have to change this to chests. But here we go, we have our first guy, and he has got profession, and he's offering me nothing useful. That was not what I wanted to break. And that was not what I wanted to place. This is going well. Frostwalker. Okay, that's not a bad offer because that's a treasure enchant, but it's low level obviously. It's going to go until I get something useful. I'm hoping for sharpness 5 because I want to enchant swords for the zombies, but piercing 3. Is that the highest piercing goes to? Fire protection 4. 51 emeralds, that's awful, but fire protection 4. I do not have my emeralds with me. Still got the same trade, good. Let's do that to lock you in. And then that works perfectly. Zombie comes over, zombie cannot reach the villager. Good. Minecart is coming back. And will drop back into the system. Perfect. Everything appears to be working just fine. And on that note, I'm probably going to spend some time setting up villagers between episodes. But that is going to be it for this episode. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment, help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with what's going on, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.